Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm so excited today. We have a very special guest, Brandon Graves of Buying Beverly Hills, but not before I give you the tea and the lowdown that's going on with the Diddy case, and also we do our Booze and Brews review. Let's get into it. I do hope that one day I will be able to come to the studio without looking like a wet dog, but this ain't Texas, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get into it. Couple weeks ago, we reviewed Onda, which is a tequila seltzer by Shay Mitchell. Love her. And it means wave, right? Ooh, 100 calories. It's giving Ozempic.
Oh, yeah, a wave of vibe. A wave good vibes. Inspired by the surf style of the 90s.
What if we just walked around and was like, Onda. You know what I mean? Onda, bro. I'm loving it. Okay, let's try it. We're doing the flavor mango today. Okay, perfect. Didn't explode. Love that. Chars. Immediately love.
That's good.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like well flavored.
Mm-hmm.
Like mixed well.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
We got a little more out of Kathy. She said, ooh, that's good.
This one's better than the other flavor.
This is, yeah, actually, and you know, I'm not like a huge, like mango person. This is better than the passion fruit.
Yeah.
What do we give the passion fruit? I don't remember. 4 or something?
Yeah, it was like a 4.
This is a 5 in my opinion.
I agree.
So the variety pack that we got was the Paradise Collection. Okay, yeah. Highly recommend this one so far. Mango, I think, is, out of the 2 that we've tried, really good. I think this is, I'm going to give it a 5.
I give it a 5.
Oh, a 5. Okay, so 5 out of 5. Just an FYI. I'm not feeling or sensing like any added sugars, which by the way just says no added sugar. Gluten-free. That's really good, actually. And made with Blanco tequila. Real juice. Honestly, you can tell that this is like a super clean product that gets you drunk. And I love it. Okay, moving on because we have a lot to cover before our guest comes on. You guys, this weekend I went to the U.S. Houston Open. I don't know why I said U.S. Open. I think it's just the Houston Open. It was the hashtag FedEx Cup. Boring. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Actually, I think we started at a 5 out of 10 and it went down to a 4 to a 3. I think it ended up being like a 3 out of 10. And me and my friend bought the venue hopper, which I do recommend because venue hopper, you don't have FOMO because like you can do both GA and venue hopper, right? Like you have the option to choose going to 3 different tents. So the venue hopper was $180 and we were able to get into 3 different tents, and we only bought one day. We only bought Saturday. It was free food. The food was shit. It was giving concession stand nachos. I don't really know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking that. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more elegant is what I was thinking. You were able to get like water and soda and everything like that for free. Alcohol you had to pay for. $25. I think I paid for a Bloody Mary. Only one, and then, which is so random for me. I've been on like a Bloody Mary kick for like at least 2 years, and not like an everyday thing, okay? But I'm just saying, like, I have a severe acid reflux, and like I have no business drinking a Bloody Mary, but here I am. I'm like craving a little spicy treat, you know. Anywho, so got that for $25 motherfucking dollars, and then I drank like Tito's. I don't know how much we spent. But was it worth it? I mean, I would go back if my friend planned it and was like, we're all going, you should come. I'll go. Didn't meet a client, didn't meet a man, didn't meet a friend, didn't mix and mingle. Nobody was chatting. Everybody was like so into golf. And here I am thinking that like, oh my God, there's going to be like at least like one single person. No, babe. They were all with their wives. I'm sorry. I saw this one lady pregnant and then with a toddler with her husband. Couldn't be me. I'm not going to be pregnant and miserable walking around Memorial Park to appease my husband. And I hate the girls, babe, I'm sorry. Let's be fucking for real. I hate the girls that are like, oh, I love sports. Oh, I love golf. Oh, I love this and that. No, you don't. You tolerate it or you kind of like it because you want to hang out with your husband. And that's fine. But, like, let's just be honest. You're not, like, loving golf. You're not loving golf enough to, you know, go out with a toddler and a stroller and like fucking 6 months pregnant in the heat. I know it was like a semi nice day, but like it's humid as shit. Look at my hair, it's humid as shit. No, couldn't be me. And I don't know how we test those waters to see what kind of man that we're like marrying until like the deed is done. You know what I mean? Like anybody who has any advice about that to, you know, avoid men like that who like make you go to golf tournaments like that to spend time with them. And the women know what I'm talking about. Please tap in. Like help assist. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, other than that, I mean, it was cool. I ran into the guy I did a commercial with, so that's great. Did I tell you guys I did a commercial? I think I did. Probably not gonna get the stills back or anything like that. So it's just gone to the wind. So yeah, 3 out of 10. I mean, I don't know. The GA was actually pretty fun. Oh, can we talk about like the women getting punched in New York?
Yeah.
Babe, what the fuck is going on? What is going on with that? That's wild. I was talking to another girlfriend the other day and she said, you know, everybody's like up to date, thank God. She said that the first guy who punched the Haley influencer, the blonde,
I saw hers.
That was the one that I saw. Like the first one that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's crazy. He got arrested. But now we don't know if it's like multiple people or if it was just that one guy doing it. I'm not sure. But New Yorkers, stay motherfucking vigilant. I also heard, okay, now this is a conspiracy theory and this is all alleged, so don't come for me. They were saying that something happened with like the NYPD. Probably they're putting money towards the dance team versus like hiring more NYPDers, you know what I mean? But I digress. Somebody said that they are trying to do martial law, something about what the police are going into the subways to keep people safe. So then the people who are like attacking people and women and men and children, I don't know, I'm making that up, in the subways are now going above ground to have the police come above ground and then order martial law. Like apparently the government has hired these people to hopefully instill martial law. That's what I heard. It's a conspiracy. It's alleged. I don't know that I believe all that. I think people are just crazy. But wasn't the guy only doing it to people on their phone? Like, is he just over influencers?
I don't know. No, because some of them are just like not big influencers. But they're like, I was also like on my phone looking down and then I got punched.
Girl, I don't wish.
I know one girl, she wasn't looking at her phone, but she still got punched.
So did she see him? If she was like staying vigilant, did she see him?
I mean, I don't think you like expect to be punched.
I don't know. The way my mouth be running, I feel like I'm looking at all angles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like I would never expect to be punched. Here's the thing too. I feel like the knots on their head are huge, so big. How did they not pass out? How did they not pass out? And is that your fist? He had to be hitting them with something, right?
No, he says, well, the first videos that we saw, she was like, I don't know if I got elbowed or punched. But I know one girl says she got hit on the shoulder instead because she saw that he was about to punch her.
And she dodged?
Yeah, and she like moved, so he hit her shoulder instead, but she like saw his fist like coming at her.
But I saw this other one of this girl being like, Oh yeah, I asked for ice. She was like having ice on her head, like from the restaurant. She was like, "Oh yeah, I have ice," like making light of it, and like not, of course, making light. You know, it's traumatic. You're like nervous laughing. You're dark humoring. Like I totally feel you, sister. But like she's like, "Oh yeah, I got punched on the way to dinner with my for my friend's birthday." Like ha ha ha, and I'm just like, wait. I just want to know how they're not passing out on the street because those are huge fucking knots and it's right on the head.
Yeah.
And it's very close to the temple. I'm no doctor, but I don't know. That's crazy. I need my New York sisters to stay vigilant. Okay, I'm sorry. This is going to sound fucked up. And this is just a thought. What if it's a conspiracy and like they're in cahoots? Because it's like only happening to influencers.
Yeah.
What if they're just like special effectsing the knot? Because, babe, that's huge. Haley looked like she had a horn.
But she went to the emergency room.
She did. Okay. All right. I take it back. All right. Okay. We have proof. No, seriously. That's fucking wild. Honestly, I'm not saying, you know, that I want that to happen to anybody at all, but I'm just like, it would in New York or Florida, honestly. New York or Florida, I'm like, I feel that, you know? God, girls, stay vigilant. Get your Stanleys. It's heavy. Okay, let's get into it. Diddy got raided in Miami and in Beverly Hills. You guys, can we fucking talk about it? Because what's going on? What's going on? I have to tell you, the house that was on the news is the house that I went to. That white one with the pool house on the left side. If you're looking at the TV and the news, it's like on the left side of the TV. That was the house that I went to, bitch. And you know, now that I'm like thinking about it and like looking back, although I was blackout that day from drinking $1 mimosas at Hamburger Mary's in WeHo, you know, I did come back to life. And I will say, you know, I saw something else saying in a, gosh, there's just so much stuff going around. I saw another video with the transcript of the lawsuit, and they said like with Lucien Grange or Lucien Grange, Sophia Richie's father-in-law. Thank you. Saying that like he knew, and we'll kind of like get to that. But long story short, it said Diddy would have bottles of Ciroc lined up and they would be laced with shit. Hey, can confirm there was bottles of Ciroc lined up. Every line. Mango, lemon, peach, whatever the fuck. He has like 12 flavors. I'll never forget this. I thought that was so strange. It was giving Truman Show. Like, you know when like you're watching reality TV and then like there's a product placement and it's like, oh, do you like Too Faced mascara? Use mine. Like when you watch The Hills Back, you'll see all that. It was giving product placement. It was literally lined up on his bar, his outside bar. And I was like, that's so weird. I might have a picture. I'll have to look. I don't know. It's not on my phone. It's probably on a corrupt external hard drive. So I don't know when I'll be able to get that info. But anyways, yeah, I just thought that was so bizarre that he had his own product lined up. Now, I didn't drink anything. I didn't drink water. The only thing that I did drink, I asked for coffee and he made it inside. But I didn't feel anything other than caffeine from the effects. Thank God.
Scary.
I gotta tell you, my friend texted me and he was like, how's those Diddy parties? Hey, aging so terribly. My story, aging terribly. Do you think I'm gonna be a witness in the Department of Justice? No, not Department of Justice. What's it called? Homeland Security. Do you think Homeland Security is gonna call me to the stand?
They're gonna ask about the coffee.
I'm like not trying to make a joke. Yeah, I know. I will say, I didn't recognize anybody that was there. When I was there was nobody underage. It was all very like weird. And like, I was, oh my God, how old was I at the time? 24 at the time. Everybody was older than me. Definitely like I was the youngest one there. Everybody was definitely like in their late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s. I did not see any young people. I will say that. But the strippers did come back from G-Eazy's birthday they did go back with us to Diddy's house. And by the time we got there in the Suburban, which I have the TMZ photo, I'll have to find that. It's whatever. It's lost to the archives. The strippers were already there performing. And I'm like, whoa, the strippers beat us. I don't know, dude. Wild. I will tell you. And this is not really on my parents. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't know. My mom scared the shit out of me so bad that she would never bail me out of jail. It's giving, like, security that, like, I'll never do anything crazy, like, fucked up. I only drink at brunch, at Hamburger Mary's, where I was paying for it at a restaurant. I did not drink at G-Eazy's birthday, and I did not drink at Diddy's house. I probably was at Diddy's house for, like, an hour and a half. I went home. I think I got home at, like, 2:30 maybe, like max. I went home sometime between 1:30 and 2:30 because a bitch was fucking tired. How was I blackout? And then I was like, I'm up. You know what that is? That's giving young. It's giving young because no way in hell I could do that today. Okay, so let's talk about him getting raided. So he was raided, his Miami residence and his Homely Hills, which is kind of in the hills of LA, or Beverly Hills, LA. His house was raided by Department of Homeland Security. Bitch, I feel like we're in a simulation.
Yeah.
It's shocking. Then when that was going down, he had his son and then another one there was at the house and they were arrested. Obviously, everybody saw the footage. He had booked it to Cape Verde on his private jet where they have no extradition with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is after him raiding the homes for a sex trafficking search. Can you guys, like... I'm sorry, I really cannot wrap my head around this. This is just like so crazy. This is from a source. The same day that the search warrants were executed at Combs, Miami, and Los Angeles properties, one of his associates, Brendan Paul, was arrested by the Miami-Dade police on suspicion of drug possession. And didn't you hear that he was like, like Jay-Z's involved? Prince Harry was named in the lawsuit, and I will say, I did research on this. Prince Harry had no affiliation with anything that is going on in the lawsuit. Prince Harry was like only at a party, or they took a picture for like a brief second and then he left. Like, I already did research. It's debunked. They're trying to make it seem like it's something that's not. So leave Prince Harry alone. And then that woman on TikTok, Sloan something or other, the psychic, had predicted, and it's going around, like around and around and around. Somebody told her to tap into Kim Porter, who is Diddy's ex-wife, who is now passed on, and said that Diddy, as well as his associates, things will come to life in March and April, like around Easter. Bitch, Easter was yesterday, okay? And also they said that Diddy was like the she said the psychic said Diddy is like the scapegoat and the being sacrificed for other people in the industry. Now Lucien Grange is being named in this lawsuit because he is the head of UMG, Universal Music Group. And said that it was known that Lucien knew. I'm saying allegedly, even though this is in the court documents, I don't want to regurgitate the information incorrectly. It was saying that Lucien knew that, you know, the Ciroc that Diddy had at his parties were laced, and that multiple people knew that there was underage things going on. I wonder if that's why. I'm just, hindsight 2020, I'm just having a thought. Here. I'm wondering if that's why Sophia Richie's PR was so hype around their marriage and like got so because potentially they knew something like this was going to come out. I'm not saying that they knew this specifically was going to come out, but like when you're in the industry, like, you know, all encompassing, right? Or you think that's a wild thought?
I don't know. I'm just like, it's giving good PR. And they were like preparing. I like their wedding though.
What?
I like their wedding.
Oh, amazing wedding. Literally dreams, what dreams are made. I don't know. Like, I met Sophia Richie. She has amazing energy. She's very, very, very sweet. And she seems very innocent. And and very kind, like definitely raised right. I don't have anything bad to say about her. I mean, I never would anyways, but I'm just saying, like, she seems like a really, really, really sweet girl. And I met her when she was basically a child, like I think before she was 18. But anyways, yeah, that Diddy shit is going crazy, so I will keep you posted. Okay, in other news, Chelsea from Selling Sunset is divorcing as well. She's following Christine Quinn's footsteps. She says that she thinks her husband had infidelity. That's crazy to me. Chelsea Lazkani is devastated after filing for divorce, thinks husband Jeff was unfaithful. Babe, you think? I don't know. That's crazy to me. You're thinking? You're going on a hunch?
It says she was waiting to catch him in the act, but then she basically just got impatient.
Well, I feel you on the impatience, girl. Infidelity. She believes the infidelity has been going on for months. This is by Us Weekly. And she decided to pull the trigger and get a divorce. She had suspected the cheating for a while and wanted to catch him in the act before filing, the source says. She finally had enough and decided to file this week, but it was a long time coming. She's still in the house with the kids and wants him to stay out of the house, and they are not on speaking terms. Here's what I gotta say. 7 years, they broke up. It's giving, you got your green card, babe. Cha-ching! I'm here for it. Whatever. Cowboy Carter dropped. So excited. I've been listening to this album all weekend. 27 songs Beyonce has blessed us with. Amazing. I actually really like it. I personally, and I'm going to say it, I personally am not like a huge Beyonce stan. Of course, I think she's an amazing, talented, amazing artist, person, creator, one of like the many. I can't believe that we are alive during her lifetime artists. I just personally like to be sad. So I like listening to sad music, which is why I resonate more with Taylor Swift. But I loved her Lemonade album. I jammed that still. And I have listened to that one all the way through, like multiple times, as well as this one. It's like so good. People are saying album of the year. I actually genuinely feel it could be album of the year this year.
I need to listen to it.
You know, everybody that I've asked, I haven't listened to it. I thought I was behind. I thought everybody was going to come for me for not listening to it. Well, anyways, I'm ahead of the curve, it seems. And also, on the Cowboy Carter note, Post Malone is really having a moment, huh? He's on this album and he's about to be on Taylor Swift's Torture Poets Department album. Like, I'm so excited for it. Post Malone is, I've always loved Post Malone, though. Like, he's great. I want to say one more thing. I didn't realize that Vanderpump Villa premiered this week. Loving it. I only watched, like, the first episode and a half. Amazing. It's giving Vanderpump circa season 1. Chaotic, intertwine, ancestral, other country though. It's giving like you added an extra flair with like, you know, you guys are living in the south of France. It's also kind of giving like below deck but on land, because they're in this villa and they like, you know, people rent it out, I guess like an Airbnb situation, not Airbnb, but you know what I mean. And then, you know, waiters, event planner, bartenders, like things like that. I'm so excited to watch it. It's chef kisses. I'm excited for that. Okay, without further ado, I want to welcome Brandon Graves of Buying Beverly Hills to the show. We're so excited to have him, so let's get into it.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Well, my name is Raya. I appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, I don't, it's thankfully I think the bulk of our audience is like the Bravo audience, and they came over to Netflix to support us. But I mean, we are climbing. The first season we only reached number 6, so it's
really?
Good. I'll take number 1, but at least we're like climbing.
I think it's a great show. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that it's the most realistic than, Selling Sunset, honestly. Yeah. I mean, like in terms of like, it's giving kind of a mixture of $1 million listings, Selling Sunset drama, but it's like giving you guys actually have morale and you know what you're doing,
Yeah. We wanted to tell, authentic stories. Like you don't start at the top. There's a graduation. So when you see these shows, like, I sold 20 million, I sold 100. It's like, but how long did it take you to get to that place? And most agents is like, you don't really start making that kind of money until 5 years in. I'm only 2 years in.
Okay.
So it's just about learning and growing and staying at it. There's so many agents that have quit that jumped into the market during the pandemic to make some quick, easy money. But where are they now? Gone.
100%. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Those pandemic agents can go. So you hopped in. You were a pandemic agent that stayed.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I had my license a couple years before, but I really went into it full time and quit my other job during the pandemic because I was working as an assistant. I got a job as an assistant for Kevin Stewart, who you see on the show with me as well.
Okay.
And then I started closing my own deals, and then graduated on my own, and then started shooting the show, etc.
Wait, is Kevin Sonica's ex the one that you sold?
Yes.
Okay. Since you brought it up.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? That's wild.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Babe, she wanted your commish?
Oh. I was just as surprised as everyone else, which is why you saw me laughing. Because I was like, what?
No, my literal reaction would have been the exact same.
Yeah. I was like, you know how this works. You have a license. You know how this works. Especially if you take your name off title, you're not entitled to anything.
No,
and you should be talking to Kevin.
And I'm so glad you said that too, because I feel like a lot of agents or just a lot of people would feel like, oh, this is awkward. Like, let me I'll see what I can do, et cetera, et cetera. No, babe. Like, you were like, I'm not giving you my commission. You fucked up taking your name off title. Yeah. Sorry, bye. I'm like, yes, thank God. That was crazy.
I had nothing to think about in that moment. It was just a no.
If she, that would have been my reaction too. If she would have done that to me, I'd be like, oh, you're joking, right? Like, no, babe, sorry. And I assume you guys are still friends and it's all good in the hood.
I mean, I'm giving her a little space to process everything, but I do love Sonica. I have a lot of love for Sonica. She is one of my close friends, but I mean, once you start filming a show, things can get a little... Especially like once it comes out and you have to relive it, and those emotions come back. So we're kind of in that space right now, but I think it'll be fine.
I feel that. And are you guys close in age?
No, I'm like 10 years older than her.
Oh,
so
10 years?
She's like a little sister to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, babe. It's giving this is how I get my money.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's business. Like you have to. I mean. You can't really miss business with friendship, but I guess in this case we did. But she was already out of the picture, so I mean, you were out of the picture when you took your name off the title. That's it.
I also, and maybe also this is like a question for her, but literally, why would she take her name off title?
I didn't even ask that question. She did it, and then we moved on. I mean, you can't go back and put it back on. Like it's over.
I totally agree.
What's next?
Yes, not laughing at her, but Yeah. Okay. Yes. So. What has been your craziest deal so far with the show? Has the show hindered or helped you get clients?
It has definitely helped. I met a client. I mean, I'll give this example. After the first season, I went to my local Chipotle, which I frequent all the time. And I was crossing the street, and a guy, he stopped me. He's like, "Hey, are you Brandon Graves?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I was in hoodie, my around the neighborhood look. And
not
he ended up
prepared.
being a buyer, and ended up selling him a property, and then met him in the crosswalk, and he recognized me.
Amazing! I love that.
Yeah.
I heard, or I read an article. Saw a TikTok. You know how people are, but that Mary Fitzgerald from Selling Sunset said that it has hindered her. I don't know how true that is, but I'm glad that it's definitely helped you.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually never seen Selling Sunset.
You're not missing anything.
It's hard for me to well, I didn't watch it before I started the show, but I don't need to see another real estate show because I have my own thing that I'm doing, and I don't want to take any of that in. I understand from what I understand.
Right.
They have their own brand and they do their thing, and good for them.
Well,
and
also I feel like
show, I have a lot of
Well, sorry, no, I was gonna say also I feel like because you guys are both in the same city, it might be different, but.
Yeah, but you know what? I have met Chriselle several times. I know who she is. I met Chelsea several times. We're pretty close. We text, and we're very supportive of each other. But I think we just have two different lanes that we're in. And theirs works. They're in season 7 or whatever. So
yeah,
hopefully we can get to that. So yeah,
I believe it. You guys have the morale, the grit, the you know how you guys say culture? Like I do think that it translates, you know, like I think there's only so much you can fake and produce. Like I really do.
Yeah.
And I think that it is very authentic in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
we aren't actors. So, I mean, there's nothing to fake. When you turn the cameras on, we just are who we are. Yeah.
right. And then, okay, so I want to talk about the whole like, I said Brad. I knew I was going to say that. Then unfollowing you on Instagram.
Mhm.
It's giving
Yeah.
company politics.
See, the thing is, like, that to me was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I'd known Ben before, and you know, there were several things that had happened in the office, like even off camera, that I felt like dismissed by. So before I even confront him at the open house when he sits down, do you see how he put his back to me? Did you see that? So I was
Of
like, okay,
course.
this is
Okay.
like I've had it. Yeah.
I have to say, like, I don't know you. I'm watching the show. I'm like, okay, well, maybe, or maybe they're like saying, like, let's see. When he put his back to you, and honestly, if
saw
I
it.
was
It
there,
was-
we were friends, I would have,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah.
literally when he put his back to you, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was
The moment he
shocked,
did that,
actually.
I'm like, it's on. I have to say something now. I'm like, it's blatant. Like, you're so dismissive. You're even. I'm big on body language. So you giving me your back means like you're completely shutting off the
100%.
conversation.
You're
Yeah.
tuning me out of the conversation. You don't see me as a person, as you said.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you have you done like any therapy or anything? Because like you use like very specific verbiage that is like the actual, I love that. I'm a huge mental health advocate, and I'm a huge like therapy talk, not buzzwords, but you know, like I just feel like you are calling out this specific thing. You're not seeing me.
Right.
And that really wouldn't have sat well with me either.
Yeah, because it wasn't about Instagram. Even though like we as agents, we use Instagram as a form of communication. Sure, I have his number, but if he posts about a house, I'm already on Instagram. I'm gonna reply to you there saying, hey, where is this at? Like, what's the address? So when I couldn't do that, I'm like, wait a minute, but what happened here? And that's what prompted me to say, like, he unfollowed me. But then again, that was an indicator of something else. Like, what's really going on? I've already felt all these other things, so this is just it.
And it's also him saying like, oh, you post too many selfies.
And I don't.
I looked, you don't. And every time you've been posting this week, I wanted to be like, oh, posting too much selfie. But you don't know my personality, so I don't want you to take it wrong.
No,
like,
I'm actually going to post a video
blocked.
later
Like,
today.
oh shit, cancel them. So like, never mind.
I am a blocker, but that's funny.
How don't block. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've been into blocking lately, actually. This one guy, he's been blocked for 4 years, and he was like, are you going to unblock me? And I was like, oh, okay, finally. And I unblocked. Only because
like,
he was annoying me, and that's why I blocked him. Like, he was just, like, hitting me up too much. And, like, I already told you, like, stop. And then you didn't respect it, so I just blocked you.
Brandon would have blocked
you,
you, like how Davina blocked you.
Oh, yeah, Davina did block me. I feel
Why?
bad. I actually, no, it's something that I think deeply regret, actually. I got so emotional over, like, season 1 with, like, the season finale of, like, Chriselle and Davina. And, like, I got a producer who loved me as a client. Like, I got really, 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 like, emotional about it. How Davina was, like, defending Justin Hartley and, like, just not knowing him and, like, whatever. I'm not proud. I just commented.
You're not proud of it?
I just said, you know, this is how you age when you're mean to people.
Uh-oh.
Not giving girls
Shots fired.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sounds like a block.
No, I deeply regret it. I kind of want to be like, oh my God, email. I'm so sorry. Like, I was really like such a cunt. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Not cool. Okay. What is like one of your most okay, I know you said the Chipotle thing, but like, have you had like a crazy deal that you were like, oh shit, like how did that even happen?
I'm actually in the middle of something right now, which I don't want to jinx, but I'm in the middle of potentially putting together my biggest deal yet. And the client is pretty high profile. He's very successful. He's the kind of client that can change your life because they can. It's a pretty big deal. So I'm in the middle of that right now. So fingers crossed for me.
We're sending you good luck over here in H-Town.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. And are you like under contract or you're just working with this client?
Yeah, I'm going to be listing the property in about a month or so. I actually met him a year ago, and he told me he had actually watched the show, and because I sent him what's called a target letter, where basically I have clients that are looking in a specific area, so I send letters out to see if anybody wants to sell. So he replied to my letter. We set up a call. I went to meet him. He opened the door. He's like, I just watched you on TV. So that was like an opener. I had, when that happens, it just allows me to relax and be myself.
Right.
So he ended up telling me that I could list the property after it's done being renovated. So I actually went and saw it again last week, and it's done. But we're about 30 days out from completing everything. But it's kind of thick, and it's gonna be great.
Oh my
I'm
God,
very excited
amazing.
about it.
We'll definitely share over here and support you from afar. Fellow
Yes.
real estate girly, I totally get it. Oh, I wanted to say, how has this? I know I said this is a different question, but how have you handled like season 1 to 2? I feel like definitely you guys are gaining some footing. And how have you handled like the fame aspect of being like a Netflix star?
Everyone who comes up to me, I can be a bit of a homebody, but when I do go out, I get a lot of love, and I am so thankful for that. People come up to me, they're so nice, they're very encouraging. Somebody who can be shady at times too, but I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, sweetie. Like, I am a real person.
Put them in their place.
Yeah, I am a real person. That kind of hurt, But you know what? For the most part, it's pretty great. So I'm very grateful for that. We have anybody who approaches me, they're very nice and respectful, and I always love it. I tell people, always talk to me. I'm always down.
And you said you were Kevin's assistant. How long were you his assistant before you became like an individual agent?
It wasn't very long. I'd say maybe like 6 to 8 months.
And you're on your own, or you're on a team?
Yes, I'm on my own now. I was on a team before.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you guys,
Yeah.
You don't have to say this or I can cut it out, but do you guys have like a threshold that you have to meet to be an individual agent?
No.
Okay.
You just need to be producing.
Hey, can you ask Mauricio when he's coming to Houston, because the bitch wants to join?
I think we just opened one in Austin. I'm sure Houston's right around the corner. We don't have it yet.
I hope. I've been
locations.
lurking, I tell you, for
We have
years
Dallas.
actually.
We just opened Dallas last year. Dallas and Austin last year. So I'm sure Houston's right around the corner.
Okay, fingers crossed, because I would love to like work for that. Okay, so this year he's not a single girly anymore. So
Oh.
how did you
me.
and your you sorry.
Oh. I'm like, ooh.
How did you and your boyfriend meet?
We met online actually, and we actually chatted for a year. Actually, I was in Texas, like during most of the time. I was in Dallas visiting a friend, and then we were chatting mostly throughout that time. And then a month later, we actually had our first date in person, and then we've kind of been together ever since. It's my baby.
My God. Wait, so where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, and how long have you lived in LA?
It would be 14 years in July.
Oh wow, 14 years. I only made it 3.
Yes. It's been a journey. Yeah, it's a tough place to live, but I feel like once you make it over that 3 year, it's like smooth sailing. But those first 3 years, hell.
It's hell.
Absolute hell.
I should have stayed a little longer. Yeah.
You
I
were right there.
I know I couldn't. So I went to act, and then I was like, okay, well, my real people job is going to be real estate. But in fact, for whatever reason, God was like, you need to go home. I took it 5 out of the 6 times, reset. Amazing. Literally passed it on the first time here. So one day I'll make my way back.
That's going to be tricky. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I was surprised I passed on the first time.
Oh, you did?
Studier.
But did you go in person? Because I also did it online, and I feel okay. Yeah, I did it online.
It was like going to the Pentagon. It was so intense.
And they took like your ID and your phone and your shoes, like all stuff on the test day. It's like, wow.
Yeah. And then what I remember is like on the way out, they gave you this paper. They're like, don't open this until you get to your car. And it just says like pass or fail the paper. So you're out, you're in the elevator, you have this like piece of paper. It's like, do I open it now? Do I open it now? Do I open it now? And I waited till I got to my car, and it was like pass. Like,
dude,
it's on.
The way that I have a bunch of videos of me failing, I'm like, no way. Are you sure? Like, and it was by 1.5 times. How shit is that?
Oh my, that's crazy. So they showed you the points on yours? Because mine didn't give any percentages. It was just like
when you fail, they tell you what you failed. Like they don't tell you what question. But they'll give you a percentage when you fail. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. So, but other than that, you just, when you pass, you're like, it could be a 70, it could be a 90. Who knows? I don't know. But I think it's crazy at how hard those tests are when there's so many like wild agents that don't really know what they're doing.
They're terrible. Yeah, they're terrible.
What? Okay, asking for a friend. What do you do when you encounter like a terrible agent?
Take advantage of them. If you're in a deal, you just lead the process. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. Like if I'm an escort with you, you don't know what you're doing. I'm leading the charge. Period.
Sounds like we're on the same way. I'm kind of.
That's what it is. I'm not teaching you. You can learn by example. This is how it goes.
Literally. And you know what? I haven't had. Have you had any like? I guess you've only worked for the agency, right? Or have you worked anywhere else?
Pretty much only the agency.
Okay. Well, I had like a terrible mentor situation, and I learned a lot from that, like right when I got into real estate and I got taken advantage of, and I was like, never fucking again, bitch. I'm going to like lead this. And anyways, I've won basically all my deals. So yeah, this is
there you go.
Yeah, this is not just like a pretty bubbly face, you know what I mean?
Take charge, Marge.
Wait, so you said you and your boyfriend met online, like Hinge or something?
Yeah.
Or
like something like that.
Oh, like an app.
It's called, I'll say it because it's so funny. Have you heard of Grindr?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so there's another app. It's called Jacked. JACK''D.
Oh.
It's like a black Grindr. That's how we met.
Is it only?
But we were not being slutty. It's not only for black people, but that's what the black people are.
Jacked?
Yeah.
It's not for black people. That's what black people are, Jack.
No. I'm saying it's not only for black people, but that's what the black people are.
Oh! I thought you were like black people are jacked. Like, so that's where they
No.
are. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
That's
Luna,
amazing.
how long have you guys been together now?
It's over a year. And he's better at this than me. Maybe like a year and 6 months.
By the way, when people are like, I don't know when we got together.
I only know like the anniversary date. I don't know like the breakdown. I don't count every day. Like every day's a blessing. But I know the anniversary date, but I don't do the math every day.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. As long as you're not missing the anniversary.
Yeah. I don't miss the anniversary, but I don't know the breakdown. I can do the math.
And do you guys live together?
No.
I feel that. I've lived with many a boyfriends. Terrible. Never ends well for them. You know what I'm saying?
I think at a point in time it'll get to that, but as of right now, we both were pretty busy like during the week. He manages a lot. I have a lot on my plate. So it's good to give each other the space to do that.
Totally.
Because we both primarily work from home. We don't have enough space. We need a pretty big place for the both of us. So I think at some point it'll come to that, but not just yet.
I feel that. I just moved and I'm like, oh my God, I have so much shit for one person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your Maserati. R.I.P. You got a new car, right? Or you saw it?
Well, you know what? I just wrecked it. So it's a situation right now. So I'm actually working that out. Depending on this deal coming through, I'm gonna probably get something else. But yeah, she's still purring. And I love my car. Like she's paid for.
Yes.
I bought it paid for. So let's put that out there.
Period.
On the Coffee and Vodka podcast. Put that Coffee Meets Vodka podcast. Put that out there. I bought it paid for in cash. She is dealer service. She's still running. She's cute. Everything works. So I get it. But yes, but now she's wrecked. So I'll see what happens. Yeah.
I'm actually so bummed because I had my car for 10 years too.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she kind of like broke down, like whatever. I got a new car paid for in cash as well. We'll both were paid in cash, both were paid off, whatever. But literally only had it 4 months and a commercial van decided to just, and from the middle lane, I was in the right and just decided to, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm on Lexapro, so like I couldn't even cry, but I was like, I'm so upset right now.
Yeah. So I'm waiting to hear back to see if they're going to total it out or not. But it's whatever. I think it's time for something else anyway.
Okay, well, you know what? I do regret getting. I mean, I love the car I just got, but now I'm like, people in LA and people are in Houston, fucking terrible drivers. Just get something 10,
We'll see.
15,000.
We'll see. Like cars are so expensive right now.
So expensive.
I've been looking. I'm like, wow. Like anything decent, like anything that one is like at least like $30,000.
By the way, my insurance that had State Farm forever, it went up, doubled. I got a bill for By the way, never opened the State Farm envelopes, randomly opened it. It said due in January 16th, $455. Huh?
How? Houseway.
I saw on TikTok that they were in a RICO. Now, I don't know, this is like alleged, but they were like in a RICO and they were like giving money to like a political party or like something or other. Long story short, they went to court. They immediately settled. And now we have to pay for it. So then I switched to Geico, and it was like the same, you know. But for
no, for what? It's like what I have, like a limousine? Like what's
and
going
then,
on?
And then the gag is, so the wreck that I got in, not trying to be about me, sorry, but the wreck that I got in, they got fucking fraudulent insurance. So like I still had to pay for it. I don't mind paying for it. That's why you have insurance. But then now your insurance is gonna go up. Why are we getting punished?
Yeah, it's not right. And you had all those months of paying your premium. It's like, you guys have the money. I've already given it to you. You know?
Right.
Yes. It's a scam. I'm going to say insurance is a scam, and I need to get into that business.
Yeah, literally. Actually, my grandpa, I think he's no longer with us. It's all good. We don't need your sorrows. He was in the insurance business forever. And I think that's how he made his money. Doesn't surprise me because he's getting scammy dude.
I'm opening up an insurance business.
Well, let me get a partner. Come on.
Brandon Co.
Brandon Co. I love it. Okay, what like relationship advice do you have for like anybody who's single or like especially like in LA or like New York or like those harder cities where you're kind of more about your business and your career? Like, what about the chronically single people? I mean, wait, I don't want to say like chronically single like it's a disease, but
yeah. I mean, you have to be ready. I'll say that. You need to be ready. You need to make sure. I mean, our life is never going to be what we want it to be. So, like, stop waiting for perfection. But you definitely need to be ready. You need to. Can you curse in this podcast?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you're out of your whole phase. Hopefully that's out of your system. And number one, have one. I'll say that. Have one. And that doesn't mean just like sex, but like date. Get out there, meet people. You don't have to commit to people, but get out there and experience people. Learn what you don't like. Learn what you do like, you know? And then go from there. But I say number one, just be ready. And then that attracts somebody else who's ready as well. You have to, you know, like attracts like. I really believe that.
I believe that too, unfortunately for me. I believe that too. Dating history is not the best. What you said that you like when I asked about therapy talk or whatever, you said that you've done that before. Do you kind of want to like elaborate on that a little bit? Or
I mean, I'd say like the result of my initial, I mean, I'm getting ready to go back in, but my initial therapy journey a few years ago, I learned that I had a very negative inner dialogue, which hindered me from doing things because I was telling myself inside that I couldn't, if that makes sense.
Totally.
So once I pinpointed that and figured that out, my entire world changed. And I did too.
So how did you get yourself out of that rut, that negative self-talk?
I had to stop myself every time I got on that spiral.
Like really conscious about it.
Yeah, very conscious. It's like, wait a minute, no, we're not doing that. You can do that if you want to do that. If you have that thought, if you have that desire, yes, you can. Like all that other shit, stop.
I love that. That's so powerful because I've been in that too. I mean, obviously that's super relatable. Everybody has been in like a negative self-talk spiral, especially when you're like chasing your dream or like doing something that not everybody else is necessarily doing. It's hard because also you're kind of on the island by yourself and you have, you know, that devil on your shoulder being louder than the person that, you know, says that you can. And you really have to nip that in the bud and be like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah. I mean, I originally moved to Los Angeles as a dancer. I mean, I consider myself to be successful. I got here. I was able to get an agent, which is very tough. And I was in the rooms of like all the top opportunities, but something I think me not believing I could do it stopped me from going further, even though I was already in the room, if that makes sense. I had already achieved so many things, but I was having a hard time getting over the hump because for whatever reason, there was an internal battle. I even stopped, like, my performance even became bad. It was weird what happened internally for me, and I had to work through all of that.
It just like snowballed, like manifested certain
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah, it
Wow.
shut down. Like, I just became, like, shut down.
And do you still dance
Yeah.
for fun, like to kind of bring out that inner child in you?
I should be dancing more, but
You
I'd
should.
be so busy, child. Like,
I know, but I think it's
yeah,
important to take that time for yourself to really reconnect with yourself and reconnect
Mhm.
with like your inner child and like kind of also like an ode, right? Like, oh, I moved here
yeah,
for dancing and like I'm doing like an ode to myself, but like here I am now and I'm so happy in my life where I'm
mhm.
at. I love real estate, I love X, Y, and Z, but like kind of nostalgic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? It's been on my heart, so I will be doing more, but I just haven't had the time lately. But I'm gonna be intent about creating that time.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
My boyfriend's actually a former dancer too, so we have that in
Oh,
common.
really amazing. Have y'all
No,
danced for like
yeah,
any tours?
no. He used to dance like on Broadway, but I've had auditions for many tours and
I could
things. Yeah,
I could never do Broadway. Like that's one thing, and
yeah.
maybe that's like the negative self-talk. I don't know. One, I can sing, but like two, like any like live stage scares me. Even though I was like a
Yeah.
dancer high school, like whatever, but like I still was like I never
Mhm.
did a solo or anything because I was like so scared.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've seen the JLo documentary.
What'd you think?
Girl, she's wild.
I watched it all too.
I just it's the
I
Ham and
I
cheese roll for me. Like you know what I mean?
so I see you've been watching all the TikTok
All the
videos.
TikToks. The orange
That,
soda.
yeah. You know what? I love J-Lo, but I think it was kind of a vanity project. And that's fine. She funded it herself.
Go for it. More power to you.
Do it,
I
sis.
couldn't figure out, like, it's so funny because the I guess not the documentary part, but the like actual movie, like there's like a lot
Yeah.
of astrology references, and my friends are like, "Oh my god, you would love this." Couldn't finish it. I did. I am here. I know J Lo is like a bad rep. I personally like her still,
Yeah.
and I watched her
Yeah.
documentary on the one that she put out a couple years ago, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just really love her, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
I'm easily
She just
manipulated
she just
sometimes.
yeah. She just shows me like to continue no matter what happens, what people say, you just continue to go after your dreams. That's really all
And
it
I was
is.
gonna say, honestly, like there is a part that's like really inspiring. Like she does have a lot of money. She is the Lulu.
Yeah.
She believes in herself hard. What's up with
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, and as we all should.
We should.
Yeah.
I love that she thought she was
Exactly.
gonna get an Oscar for Hustlers. I love that for her.
No, I couldn't finish Hustlers, and I wanted to really bad, but I couldn't.
I actually never watched it, but I did watch the other one, The Marry Me, when it was supposed to be
Mhm.
Armie Hammer, but then it ended up being Owen Wilson.
Not good.
That was a time. Oh, I want to talk about your podcast. Hello.
Okay.
Duh, basically branded.
Hello.
So
Basically, Brandon.
what's your idea behind it? How did you start it? What's going on with that? What's your
I mean,
vision?
I started it as a goal of just wanting to expand more of myself. I know most of my audience came to me from our show, but there's a lot that you don't get to hear me say, and I have a lot of thoughts that aren't always shown. So I just wanted to express more of myself. I'm a huge pop culture junkie, so I want to like talk about those things with my audience, like the things that I'm watching. I did a whole Traders run because I was so obsessed with Traders.
Don't get her started. Don't get me started.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm campaigning to be on the next
Oh
season.
my god.
I'm like,
If there was a voting,
I
I'll vote
want
for
to
you.
do it. Yes, I want to go on Traders so bad. So yes, I talk about that. We talk about money. We talk about sex. We talk about pursuing our dreams. It's an entire conversation. I'm going to be doing some recaps too. So
Of what?
to them
Oh,
for
the
that
show.
of buying Beverly Hills. Yeah, so you'll get to hear me further expound on what I was thinking
Oh,
or
good.
weighing on the stuff that I wasn't a part of.
I love that. Wait, because I know
Yeah.
you work with MJ.
Yes.
What, like, are you gonna get her to
That's
talk about
next week.
traitors, or did she come on?
I think she's over it. I think she's over talking about that, actually. I saw her in the office last Tuesday, and she's like, anything with that. And I get it.
I get it too.
It's over.
It's not even,
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like, I mean, she probably is over it, but like, I would be, not to say that she's salty per se, but like, I would be salty as fuck. Like, that would
I
have
would be
hurt me
salty.
to my core.
Absolutely. Yes, I would be very salty. It's like, wait a minute. You guys had your own thing going the entire time. We were all faithfuls. We all got to the end. Are you going to fucking cut me out? No.
Yeah. I did like a whole
Yeah, no.
30-minute segment on like an episode because I just like was so shocked. Trishelle can suck my ass. It's not giving like girl. I'm sorry, but like
Yeah.
hated you from the beginning, babe. I just
greedy. Super greedy.
Also, like we all made comments. I mean, like we, aka the internet, like it was gonna be Sheree or like just winning because they just accidentally
I literally
got
said,
there.
that was my prediction. I was telling my boyfriend, I'm like, Sheree is going to flip the script and win all this shit. We all think she's on an Ultimate Girls Trip. She may think she's on an Ultimate Girls Trip right now, but she's going to end up winning this shit. But she went pretty far.
She went so far.
Yeah. I don't know what her strategy was.
I really don't think she had one. Like, I just think she got lucky. And like, Sheree's so just like organically funny and like quirky.
Yeah.
But then like, who go check me, boo? Oh my God. Early seasons of Atlanta is just chef kisses. I saw this one TikTok yesterday or like earlier today or yesterday. It was like a side by side of her saying, Phaedra would never lie to me. And then it like cut to the scene of like them at the table when Phaedra was pregnant or like 6 months pregnant. She was like, I'm having him early. And then Sheree's like, 6 months? Like, that's crazy. But it's like Phaedra lying to Sheree. It was cute.
That's an iconic scene.
Yeah. So funny. Okay, so
I really want to go on traitors.
so what? Okay, so you like pop culture. What's the rest of your vision?
Just life. I feel like we're all just trying to get through it. We all need to hear people sharing their stories. We're on the same path. I have some friends that are like dating experts. We're going to be, speaking from an expert perspective. So there's many different things. I'm still like ironing out what it's going to be from week to week. But right now we're kind of all over the place. But I like that because I
like that too. My producer, she's out here. This is one of the other members on the team, Kathy. But, when I initially, I've had this podcast for a while. It's never been, kind of, you have to build and build. And that's what I like about podcasting is like, it's kind of ever changing and like, it changes when whatever you want to talk about, it's your show, right? And she was like, oh, you need to tailor it. And I was like, oh, I'm not a tailored kind of girl. I'm not a niche girly.
Yeah.
We were talking about murder on the last podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a niche person either. Like from week to week, I have something different to say. Now, if I'm obsessed with something, that's probably going to continue until it's over. But other than that, it's really just me ranting.
Say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
You have reached your target audience. I agree. Say less. I love that. And is it weekly or how often are you trying to do it?
Every Wednesday, new episode.
Okay. I love, and they're usually about an hour, 30 minutes, hour.
30 minutes to an hour, if that. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes I'll have something and I'll just do like a quick rant. Like it may be like 15 minutes, but it's very impassioned. And I'm like, okay, see you next time. But that's like a bonus when that happens. That might not be the whole episode. But if I feel something, that's the beauty of having your own podcast. You can just throw it up.
Totally. And I'm a huge Instagram storyer. Like people love my stories because I'm always just like ranting and raving and talking shit. And like I post it.
Right.
30 minutes later, I'm on to the next, and I'm like, why are you even listening to me? People do it. They like our opinions, and I just say to that, keep doing you, and he'll be here. Okay, do you have anything else that you want to add before we get into some games? I have 2 games for you.
Oh, I love a game. No, let's play the game.
Okay, so the first one is Would You Rather. I mean, come on, who hasn't played Would You Rather? Okay, but this is kind of hard.
Okay.
Ready? Would you rather be stuck in an elevator with Ben or Michelle?
Let's see. Well, technically, I know Ben a little better, so maybe we'll have more to talk about. So I'll say Ben for now.
Okay, love it. Would you rather have Alexia or Michelle as your boss?
Alexia for sure.
And can we talk about that really quick? That whole segment of like how Michelle just thought she was going to take over the company.
Listen, Michelle came with a message. She wanted us to hear it. We heard it. The message is loud and clear. And more power to her. Like, if you're going to be the next CEO, then say it. Say it with your chest, Michelle.
And she did. I respect it. I don't, I think we all agree. And I think even maybe looking back, she agrees, like maybe the delivery wasn't there, but like, you know.
She had a testimony.
She had a word. A word.
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather get Stonica the commission or have her co-list your next listing? Now think about what you just said. Do you have a listing coming up? Would you rather her co-list you on that one, or would you rather give her your commission?
I don't need any help co-listing. I got it. I don't know if yeah, I'm not giving her any money. So this is a
plead the fifth.
This is a plead the fifth.
It's me now. We have two questions for plead the fifth. So the Watch What Happens live Bravo show. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have two. So the next game is plead the fifth. You know what to do. You answer, you can only plead the fifth once. There's only two questions, so you have the 50-50 chance. Okay, first question. Which Umansky sister do you like most?
What's the second question?
You have to answer before.
Oh, I mean...
I know it's hard because, they're so sweet.
They're also different. I'd say this season I really gelled with Sophia. I thought she was so cool and chill and funny. We had a really good time. She
really, towards the end when she, warmed up, she really, came into her own, I feel like. I'm excited.
Yeah. I think they all have very different personalities, but she's the one out of the bunch that will, speak up to her dad and everything. I witnessed that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised because she doesn't. Although when she was like, Joey, you said this about blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yes. I'm so sick of people not fucking being direct. You know what I mean? So I really appreciated that for her, which I'm actually a little shocked because she doesn't come off as a direct person.
Yeah, she's pretty direct. And from what I know her, she's pretty direct.
I love that, honestly. You can never be mad at a direct person. It's
right.
You hurt my feelings, but baby, it's the truth. Okay. If you were given the same opportunity as Zach, would you leave the agency? Meaning, if the other brokerage gave you a stock in the company, would you leave? Or would you think about it?
No, I'm staying at the agency all day. I love it there. They've done so much for me. I'm not jumping ship anytime soon. I love my company.
Yeah, and I also feel like money isn't everything. And not to say anything about the other company, just in general, a lot of people are oh, we'll go to whoever is going to give you the highest split or the best marketing package or X, Y, and Z. And that's not always the best opportunity.
Yeah. Culture is big. I made moves for monetary gain and it didn't work out. And it's damn, I just left this for this. And I hate these people.
Right. Yes. I totally get it.
So it's all about culture.
I love that. I'm a super culture girly too. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Brandon, for being with us. I appreciate you hopping on and taking time out of your day. Where can everybody find you? Plug your podcast and your social.
Yeah, I'm on social media under Brandon Graves, all platforms, even Twitter, X. I'm a pretty big tweeter. I tweet more than my Instagram. So if you really want to get to know me, go to my Twitter.
Okay.
And then my podcast, basically Brandon every Wednesday. Appleton. Is that Appleton? iTunes? What is it?
Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast.
Are you on Spotify?
Everywhere.
Okay. Yes. And are you doing YouTube or no? Just the audio?
You know what? I haven't gotten the video portion up yet. But if you want to see me on video,
Yeah,
your show,
it's hard.
know?
I did the audio for years, and I've just integrated video, and it's like a feat. So yeah. Anyways,
I don't need another job.
No, it
so
is.
We'll see.
It's giving full
I
time.
don't need another job. I don't need to be logging around equipment until I can like get somebody to do
Not
it for
lugging
me. It's
around
just gonna be
equipment.
audio.
I'll send you a picture of what we have to do daily. So I'll or weekly. I'll
Yeah.
send you a video. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.